Hi, this is Brian French, and welcome to the Marketing Freak Show. Today's discussion is for attorneys, and so we're going to concentrate on giving marketing tips and suggestions and ideas and strategies to attorneys, but many of these strategies can be applied to virtually any business. But let's get started. Today's topic is when to productize your services and also when not to productize your services. Usually when I talk about this with attorneys, I get a kind of a moaning reaction. And a lot of people think that I don't understand their business and that legal services cannot be productized. But actually, legal services can be productized, and you have to look at it in a manner to see in what circumstances it is the best solution and what circumstances it is not. Okay, so let's talk about legal service productization. Okay, why would you do it? Well, the most important reason why you would productize some of your legal services is that you make the decision-making process a lot easier. Okay, so productizing doesn't mean that you're not going to, meet all the needs of a client. What it does stipulate and what it does communicate are the benefits. So when you productize, you're able to give a list of benefits that meets the needs and that it's clear, concise, understandable. And usually when you productize, you might also have the price right there. So you can imagine this is very similar. This is a transactional type of relationship. So it's not a consulting relationship. It's a need and an addressing of a need, so it's a transaction. So what are some of the other things about productizing? Well, when people look at your message and your productized offer for legal services, and they see the benefits, they see the price, and then they call you, those people are very, very well qualified. So basically 80 to 90% of the sale is already completed when people look at a productized offer for legal services. There's something in that offer that they saw that hit the hot button and required them to give you a call. So when they understand the price, things are faster, it's clearer, and you're not going back and forth discussing the benefits of what you do. So they already understand that. What are the characteristics of productization in your law practice that you want to kind of build into your mechanisms? Well, you want your services to be scalable. So if you provide a list of benefits of, let's say, 15 different benefits for an estate plan, and you do a book form, well, all those elements of the benefits that you provide should be scalable. So you should have your staff doing certain things, and you should be able to go through this like a checklist. So again, when you productize, things are scalable. You know 90% of what's going to be required as far as the business flow and the workflow. The other thing is that when you deal with productized services, you want to create leverage. So you're not reinventing the wheel every time that you do, let's say if it's a divorce case or an estate plan, you're going to do these features, you're going to have 2 hours for the first interview, and it's going to cost $2,500, let's say. So again, this is productization is not something that should be avoided. What most attorneys do is, they throw the kitchen sink at people. Well, we're going to do this and we're going to do that. And because it never really achieves the goals of somebody, because it doesn't discuss benefits and it doesn't discuss costs, people have a hard time of making a decision. So when you have a service that is like a transaction, let's say it's a divorce, okay, it's not going to be a long-term client in many regards when it's a divorce, unless you do something more than divorces after that's completed. So that's when you want to productize, is when it's a definitive product and you just want to provide the highest quality product and a process that's understandable, and you basically go through a checklist. Okay, when do you want not to productize? Now, productization It's basically, if it feels like you're turning it into a commodity, you are. Well, nothing wrong with commodities, right? We all use them and buy them. But when something is very, very custom or very long term, so let's say that you're the legal counsel for a growing high-tech company, okay? So productization would not work in that regard because there's every month or every quarter or every year there's going to be a number of new issues that come to bear, and you basically can't create products to meet needs that haven't been discovered yet. So when you look at when not to productize, think of consulting. Think of that is like a relationship type business. Now, what's critical is when you're in a relationship type relationship with a client, that you're paid for that. So you don't want to be paid X amount of dollars for, let's say it's $2,500 for a divorce, and then have a longer term consulting relationship with a client. So in other words, you want that relationship to go on for a longer period of time, and you want to be compensated over a longer period of time. So if you have business that's, let's say, requires more than 2 or 3 months worth of work, that is a relationship that should be put on more of a consulting retainer relationship. So actually that is much better business and higher producing revenues for your law firm when you put people on, let's say, a retainer basis. The key is that you have to add many more valuable features and benefits to people. And, from going from, let's say it's an estate plan, you're now, instead of doing that as a product, now you're giving people maybe a full body type of advice and consulting. Maybe you meet with a financial planner every quarter, and you have seminars for your clients to learn additional things well beyond the initial estate plan that you did. So when you go to the consulting model, think of this as clients that you want to have a relationship with basically for the rest of your life or their life. So you want a relationship with them for years to come, and you have to build into your model benefits for years to come. So one of the things that we do in our company when we take on a consulting relationship with an attorney is that we lay on the table at the initial discussion 30 different things that we're going to do for people, and we're going to do those things as fast as possible. And that usually means as fast as they can handle it. So we're going to do search engine optimization. We're going to do their Google Maps. We're going to teach them about how to do videos. We're going to teach them how to use LinkedIn. And they cherry pick which items that they want to work on first. But this is a longer term relationship. And so it never stops. We never stop with the 30 items because we're always adding more things to the mix. And so that's something that if you're an attorney and you want to look at your marketing in the long term and want a consulting relationship with us, that's something that we offer. We also offer some things that are kind of transaction based. But again, transactions, I want you to think of a transaction as going to the supermarket. You go, you see something, you pull it off the shelf, and you go and you pay for it, okay? What a consulting relationship would be going, seeing the product, and then having a 30-minute interview with somebody to say, is this soup better than that soup? Okay, so 2 different types of models, 2 different types of relationships, and 2 different ways to get paid. So don't confuse the 2. Don't provide holistic consulting services for the price of a product. Okay, so if it's $2,500 for an estate plan and it's taking more than a month and a half, 2 months to complete it from beginning to end, then that's your kind of issue of not handling the workflow efficiently. So 2 models, one is a productization model and one is a consulting model. and look through your product mix, and also when you look at your website, and also when you have consultations with people, maybe you want to give them the choice. Do you want a long-term relationship with your attorney that provides, these benefits, or do you want to just basically solve your immediate issue? This is Brian French with the Marketing Freak Show. If you're an attorney and you would like a consultation, you're welcome to contact me at brian@floridawebsitemarketing.com. You can also call me at 1-813-944-3190. That's 813-944-3190. And we do offer a free consultation. We discuss how we help people grow their business over the long pull, and we primarily use the consultative model. So we're in this together for the long pull when it comes to growing your business, both using the internet and using offline strategies as well. This is Brian French with the Marketing Freak Show, and thank you for listening.